Universal Cricket
So
Festival.
what's up, fans, man? Live in the studio here with the man Strapper J, Marvin Darlington,
Blessings.
my good friend, one of my Hartical cricket friends from way back. I'm telling you, since the inception of Facebook,
Real time.
right? Much respect to the man.
Blessings,
You know,
Mark. Thanks for having
play
me.
cricket against him all the time, with and against, always enough respect.
Yeah, man.
All right. So the main event is going to be the Universal Cricket Festival in Hartford, Connecticut on the 21st of June. All right. We expect a lot of Caribbean fans, Universal cricket fans as well, to come out and support. So Marvin Darlington is going to introduce himself and tell you what it's all about.
Morning, Mark. Great, man.
Blessings.
Where do I begin? First of all, I would like to thank this wonderful human being, Mark Adain. As he said, before or just as the inception of Facebook, when we started, the first vloggings, Mark, about cricket, and he saw me in the islands playing cricket, and I used to post it on Facebook as a little juvenile. And, we met, one ball bring us together. You see how far one ball, right,
Yes,
Mark?
yeah.
It's a great opportunity, great journey.
Great journey, yes.
And good to see you in person here live. You understand me? I've seen you a couple of times, but we're finally getting a time to speak now.
Because a cricket match, you're competitive, you're just against each other, you're in there, so.
You have to be focused when that time come, Mark, and so do you, I always see and respect that about you.
Yeah.
And Mark, I want to say before I get into this, thank you very much. I always want to say this. I always say this off the air, and I'd love to say this publicly. I think a lot of us as cricketers have to give Mr. Mark Adain a lot of credit for raising and creating awareness around our brand and allowing us, transparency, knowing what is happening inside of the sport on the American soil and universal and historical West Indian, and not just West Indian, diversity of cricket. So thanks, Mark, for that. I appreciate that, and I'm sure so many of your viewers out there always acknowledge that, and is very thankful because it's very knowledgeable.
Yes, much respect for that. And like I always said in the past, it's like a vision, I know cricket was going to be big in America for a long time.
Long time.
So that's why I always encourage all the cricketers, work hard in the game.
Yes, man.
When you come to America, show them who you are, because nobody cares about you in the Caribbean when you come to America.
And funny you say that, Mark.
Yeah.
When I just came to America playing, a lot of people used to laugh at me, say I'm here playing bush
Yes,
league.
I remember that.
And
yes.
the grass was high and they could tie out cows and goat.
Yes.
But I always remember my great coach, Roy McLean, legendary at Kingston College. He always say, cricket spell one way. So it doesn't matter where you go, you could be playing it on water or in the snow. It is cricket. So, Mark, we thank you for this platform, and I am here not to speak on, accolades or about ourselves, but, introductory.
Sometimes you just got to let them know, because people just overlook certain things. It's not bragging or boasting.
No, it's history. It's a truthful history.
Exactly, because you say something, you can look on a scorecard. It's not making it up.
Yes.
It's just history.
Yes,
it's basically the international cricketers, the first-class cricketers, they have a platform, people to interview them and put their story out. Sometimes we have no one to interview, so we have to tell it ourselves.
Of course.
All right, so let's get right into, I always say, the nitty-gritty.
Yes, man.
The Universal Festival, Cricket Festival.
June 21st, peeps.
In Hartford, Caney Park, in Connecticut, guys. So how did you come about with this festival?
Beautifully question asked, Mark. That's a good question asked first up. I remember sitting in the park in New Jersey, and I saw some children in Jamaica singing on the Satamagana rhythm. And they were like, hey, hey, hey. And I was like, it's time to sing some music. And with the children involved, and I play cricket, that's sports, music, children. And I believe in children because that's where we learn the game in the grassroots tenderness program. So I say, I've done my time in the game in terms of, not say I'm throwing up the boots, Mark, I still want PCA bowling sometime soon. But, I believe that the children are the focus and the future in terms of what is chronologically right, the grassroots program. Because if you're a farmer, Mark, and you just throw seeds and you expect production, then something is wrong. But all true farmers
Gotta
know you
groom
have to
it.
till the soil
Yes.
and groom it from the right. So the children, that little inspiration that I saw a video of children, the music teacher playing the reggae music, and I hear the children voice, and I say, music, sports, children, and so much things happening on the social and the economic basis where sports is more than sport. So I play in this sport coming from the inner city, and the sport has transformed my life, given me scholarship, and create a gateway into the world. And I say it's time I reach up that age where if it's even one ball, one shoe, you know what one inspirational device do, Mark, to, or just your presence giving back, inspire. So in that moment I say something needs to be done now. I'm at that age, I'm 36 years old, and I say, it's time to incorporate some music and sports and use it as a leverage ground to give back to the community, especially the children, with the aid of developing facilities, faculties here in America, in the Caribbean, and anywhere, Mark. It's universal. The Indian children need knowledge. Cricket is now an Olympic sport where a Venezuelan children, a Mexican children, Asiatic children, anyone who is born here in America has the opportunity to play cricket Olympic in the future, Mark. And that's a wonderful thing. And I think with pioneers like you have set the game for us coming as children, as marked that way that we can now not just urbanize the sport, but ruralize the sport, which it has knitted to form that cohesiveness. So remember that when we came to America, you didn't have certain groups playing together, Mark. Let's be real.
Yes, true.
And now that we, as Caribbean vibrancy, I think we had played our role in terms of making that middle part. Everyone like our diversity and the way we play and the vibrancy and the atmospheric, which you see in our regional CPL or Calypso style of cricket.
Yes.
And all those factors now branch into other parts of the world and other corporation and cricketing facility and fraternity using it to enhance their community. So I say America is an open parenthesis and all the children are there for learning, umpiring knowledge, educator programs, administrative and analytics, camera, merchandise like MSDA, one of my favorite brand. So there's so much positive that can be thrived from this, and it's an open place where the people do need the knowledge and the awareness and know that scholarship programs can be there for their children and so much more. So we extend this to the city of Hartford, Connecticut, who has received us, Mark, and give us the go-ahead with the permit and to come and do something great within their community, which provide vendorship, media houses, kids village, good time, kids come and paint their face, clubs up in Hartford, Connecticut get to, create atmospheric areas to register children, getting new integrated people inside of the sport, and so many things, Mr. Mark.
Yeah, because that's why I wanted to ask you first, why Hartford and why not New York? Why not New Jersey, Newark? I mean, so now I understand from your explanation. So the 21st of June, okay, what's the itinerary going to be like? Are they going to be cricket matches? Are they going to be coaching sessions? Just elaborate on that for me, please.
All right. The itinerary is so awesome in Hartford, Connecticut, because Hartford, Connecticut is where the Hall of Fame of cricket is. So you have so many visitation sites. You have, so many nice hotels, Airbnb, right? You have so many spots where you have kids fun park in Hartford and in Connecticut in general. So it's more than cricket, more than music. It's a part of the embeddedness of the community. And as you know, a lot of people are into content creation and trying to raise awareness for their business, emerging business, a leverage community where it's a triangle initiative where everyone could symbiotically benefit, Mark, where the community benefit, you come to set up your merch benefit, right, and raising awareness and so much more. So there's going to be cricket, which is our natural entertainment, all the superstars coming in, rubbing shoulders with the children, photo booth, signature. We have brand ambassador Mr. Sir Everton Mattis. Yes.
Yes.
Sir Everton Mattis, great pioneer of the game, West Indian culture.
Not to cut you off. You know, I met him 1981 or 82. He will tell you that.
That's before I was born,
He will tell you that. He remembers me very well.
Yeah,
Since
man,
St.
great
Vincent's a
man,
youngster.
great
Yes,
man.
yes.
So he is our brand ambassador.
Nice.
We have CARICOM, our brand ambassador for CARICOM, Mr. Prey, is on board with us. So CARICOM, as you know, Miss CARICOM and Madeline and all of that will be integrated.
Great.
We have the official sound system that is anywhere we travel on the planet, Metro Media sound system. And you know, saying Metro Media, you know, that's a global sound system of the culture of Jamaica. You know, Metro Media, Stone Love and all, you know, King Stereograph. So the culture, it welcome the diversity. My Pakistan brothers, my Indian brothers. We play cricket. My brother Azhar Ali, he's going to be there. Wonderful, you know, I mean, all the West Indian superstars. You know, Xavier Marshall presenting themselves. You know, speaking to Kenar Lewis. So many aspirational, you know, so these wonderful, great athletes making themselves available, giving back, you know, the presence to the community, rubbing shoulders with the children.
So apart from some of the Jamaican superstars, any guys from Trinidad or Windward Islands, or you bringing on board?
Yeah, man.
It's always nice.
Yeah, man. Always.
Bring Magani's passing as well. Bring one of each.
Always. You have Kumar Joseph from Ghana. Yes, man. You have so much. Navin Stewart. I share the extension to Mr. Stewart, my brother.
Template.
Yes, the one and only template. One of the greatest professional cricketer who have graced American soil.
Yes.
And I met him early. And I also helped to transform it. When I got to about 300-pound mark, that's how the sport is. This is America, where life and sports and family and everything integrate. Yeah. And it's not that we have the opportunity to just play cricket full time. Mm-hmm. We have family and structure around that. So it's tough to be a professional cricketer in America. We got to be truthful. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a beautiful place where it gives us a chance to expand as a group, as a family. Okay. So the Universal Cricket Festival, MD non-profit, is about community giving back to the children, a knowledge, leverage ground, while creating entertainment and, you know, sports, and making a great vibrancy, while making provisions for earning inside of the community as local vendors and building and liquidity in your community.
Okay, I just want to touch on the cricket a little bit. Is it going to be like a T10 format? Because I know it's one day, you might have 4 or 5 teams, and in order to get complete matches, are you looking like a T10 format or like a couple T20 matches? Because I know Kenny Park, they have like 5 or 4 fields together in the same area. Mm-hmm. So could you expand on that for me?
Well, the game in Kenny Park, it will be centered around one field, right? And that field will welcome live streaming, live commentary. We having the people who stream pen relays having the interest to come and stream the game live, right? We have you yourself, Mark, we welcome you. The radio station, vloggers, you know, content creators, you're welcome also to come and create awareness, you know, with the aid of whatever you copy, we are tagged in it, of course, and we could share that symbiotically. The game itself, in terms of the rule, it might be comprised, there will be 4 teams, or if there's 5 teams, this is how it operates. If it's 4 teams, you have A versus B, B versus C versus D, eliminate a straight semi-final pretty much. Final, knockout, straight, victor, win, right? And if it's 5 team, then you have two teams from each zone playing, and the home team advance automatically to the finals, and any of that 4 team that add one, who have the highest net run rate advance to the final to play with the home team, right? And the finals, though, is definitely a T10. But the first games based on the umpire and, you know, daylight saving time, it could be comprised of 6, 7, or 8 overs.
So how early we're looking to start? 8:30, 9 o'clock? I mean...
Yeah, we're looking to start 9 o'clock, very early. And the beautiful thing about this, Mark, each team has 18-man squad, and all 18 members can play.
Okay.
Right? And every team must have 4 awareness players. So the 4 awareness players must be under 28 under 25, under 21, and under 19 mandatorily. And in each first round, the youngsters must partake in the first 2 overs.
Okay.
In each game, every batter, including the 18-man squad, has the opportunity to face 12 deliveries legal. You could be out within the 12 deliveries. If you are not out and your 12 deliveries finish, you still got to go and somebody has to cross.
Yeah, because you're trying to
integrate
yeah,
everyone.
you're trying to give everybody a little show.
Yeah.
You understand?
And if you're on the field, Mark, and say you take a catch, you have to get off the field if somebody replace you or if you run out someone, just to integrate
yeah, I mean,
everyone.
it's just one day and you're showcasing as much as possible.
Especially the youngsters,
yes.
Mark. You know, it's about the youngsters.
Which is a good thing. So, different than the cricket, what kind of sponsors you have on board? Do you want to give up the sponsors?
Yeah, man, definitely. All the sponsors, we just want to say thank you. And you know, you have last minute sponsors, just like you, Mark, covered that board. But I shake you, man. It's my one. Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Every mickle make a muckle. And I say this seriously. If a lot of people do the little that you do in this community, it would be so much more. It would be so much more.
Yeah, it's all about integrating and giving
it's
back
all
and
about
doing everything.
yes,
doing your part. And you could do a little.
Yes, man.
Just a little goes a long way.
Yes,
Just
man.
remember that.
Yes,
yeah?
man. Yeah. So all the sponsors, Marsha Mac, Mackie's Painting, you know, Bellyful Restaurant, you know, all the Kids Village sponsors, you know, we have sponsorship deck that is there, Mark. Yeah, the headliner, $20,000, you know, and you have Mr. Mumby in Atlanta looking to bring his cars, you know, the man of the match and people taking pictures, you know. So you have Jamaican Auto, who is our sponsors as well. I'm just trying not to miss anyone. We have CARICOM on board here, Mr. Mark, as well. And we have the Cornwall College Old Boy Association Mid-Atlantic, who is such a wonderful ad because they are a group that like they renovate computers, iPads, and drones and teach children how to fly drones. And we welcome them there to fly drone with their kids to get an overview. And also they get a rights in their intellectual property while streaming with the drone. So it's an inaugural moment, Mark, that welcomes the entire community, my Nepal brothers, you know, my South African, my Indian brothers, the rest of the Caribbean, Australian brothers. We play cricket everywhere these days, Mark. My Afghanistan cricketers, brothers. So we welcome all the diversity. Just want to take the time out to thank Miss Sanchez, Monica Sanchez, you know, ambassador for CARICOM. I just want to take the time out to thank you, Mr. Prey, also from CARICOM, who has taken on the initiative to come and join us. And, you know, that's a wonderful thing knowing that you have these dignitaries on board. I want to personally thank Mr. Kenny Hill up in Hartford, Connecticut, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Bruce Blackwood, you know, Junior Mackenzie, all the dignitaries in Connecticut who welcome us with open hands. I've been up there, visited the sites with the vendors, everyone excited, Mark, about this wonderful initiative. I've met with even volunteers cleaning up the street up there, and I spoke to them and they were so excited. You know, it's just a vibrancy. It has been a long winter and, you know, the time is warming up now. The Great Bad, I'm here with the Great Bad Mark expressing. It's just a wonderful vibe back, and, you know, I pray everyone come out to support. We have shuttle bus group coming from Maryland, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York. Big up my cricket club, Villagers Cricket Club's Mama Cutie. You know, the top chef, Mama Cutie. You understand me? The entire Queens family, you know what I mean? Westbury. You know, all them Trin Jersey, all the New Jersey people, all the support that is out there. And thanks, Mark O'Dane, always supporting positive initiative. Let me pause and pull up in this camera a little bit. I just want to say real talk, Mark. Continue doing. I'm not even saying this because I know camera take. I'm saying this sincerely because you have been someone who has spread this cricket from the art, play from the art, and, you know, is one ball bring us together.
Yes.
So Universal Cricket Festival, we're a traveling initiative. The next initiative is going to be in Florida with kids with autism, Mr. Dean Morgan, you know,
Yeah, no,
gonna
Dean Morgan
yes,
from
the great,
Atlanta.
all right,
Yes.
the great man. And I want to thank all the support, Miss Auntie Simone Hamilton, Miss Kim Hamilton, Miss Redbone, Derica, you know, Rowan McLean, that's Mr. Ryan McLean, grandson, the accountant of the group, Mikey J, big up, Mikey Beats Radio, all the radio station that's gonna be there. Mark, there's so many radio stations who want to be on the ground to commentate this wonderful game.
That's great because it would be really nice, you know, as Caribbean people, as West Indian people, it's nice to see we finally coming together, you
Yes.
know, put our differences aside, you know,
Yes.
and just work together because, as I said, this world, there's a lot of opportunities and we shouldn't limit ourselves from opportunities. You know, we have to forget about the politics and the
Reality.
city and all these things.
Yes, man.
Like cricket, I always say one love. If you see a lot of things from me, you see one love.
One love.
Right? Because cricket is universal and
Yes.
it brings it together.
Yeah.
And I always say, in cricket, it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, whatever. It don't really matter.
One ball bring us together.
Exactly. You
Mark,
know.
and I choose to save the best for last, you know. Bless the creator of the universe before all things, who provide all my brothers like Mr. Christopher Barnwell, who once he saw the initiative, he just reached out and said, Strapper, I'm going to sponsor you. Bless Mr. Ran from Ready Crick Bat, right?
Ron Ramasa.
All right.
friend, yeah.
So you know, so
Yes.
Ready Crick Bat, he came on board, you know, he says, Darlington, I have you. Whatever you need, I got you. Your team. I said, wow. Bless Mr. Mark, who says gonna sponsor us. Yes, Mr. Mark Odin gonna sponsor us some cricket ball. I will not add anything if you don't add it, man. But you more than welcome to add it.
Yes.
But you know, we just want to thank everyone. Bless my beautiful wife, all the people who support. You know what I mean? Bless my children. Bless the extension of my family, Marcia Mac. Check out Marcia Mac Hair Salon in Jamaica. Yes, you know, one of the best hair salon. I'm talking, you know, you have people who are on our sponsorship team who going out there to market on behalf of us in Jamaica. We have
Jamaica,
Trinidad.
West Indies, you got to differentiate because you have Jamaica
Oh.
Queens. Right? So you know, you have to say Jamaica, West Indies.
Jamaica, West Indies.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes,
that, Mark.
yeah.
And for real, you know, we have people from Trinidad, you know, Rashida, you know, in construction. So if you have your construction business, immigration process, you're a lawyer, whatever you do in the city of Hartford, Connecticut, you could come out, bring your banner, no charge. The only way our non-profit earn is if you want us to print your banner, make it, or you know, your logo and so forth. Because you know we have to have something coming in to be creating these initiatives. So you could go and follow our GoFundMe, and also the website is. Let me make sure I get that clear because currently we trying to launch the website as soon as possible, Mark. So look out for the website. It's unicricketfest.com. So get used to that. UNICRICKETFEST.com. And go and check it out. All the clicks are there where you could go and customize your food if you need it. You're gonna have a pre-order system for the food mark where you could order your food ahead before you reach there. You will see overview of the ground like a pre-mapping where you could know and see what's inside of the venue before the event day, so that all of that will be available to the public. And we welcome more vendors, fruit vendors, jerk chicken vendors, you know, people who are merch like yourself, Mark.
So do me a favor, just
Yes, Mark.
give them your number. Just, you know, see a number,
All right.
they can reach you,
All right.
WhatsApp or regular.
All right.
Because you could,
Yes, true.
You know, it's important.
347-599-4619. Or you could call the man himself, Mark. You know, so you could leave a number with them to Mark because, you know, you're a central director of many things.
You could always message me, 516-587-3290. Just identify yourself and then it's fine. Because I get a lot of messages, so sometimes you never know who is legit or who is, you know, so you have to
Understand.
elimination, you know.
Understand.
As I said, 516-587-3290. On Facebook, you could just, it's Mark Azruddin.
Inbox.
You could just send me a message or just put something on the post. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
guys, we have to support. This is a event that we want to be
Magnitude,
successful,
man. Magnitude event.
right? So we want
And
everybody
Mark, by the way, Wayne Gale called me. That's Mr. Chris Gale, the world boss. Chris Crampy, the Star General, because Wayne say, you say, Dolly Strapper keep Universal thing, and you're the Universal boss. My apology, right? That's what I said first about Baccadale MSDA program, right? My world boss, you know you're more than welcome. Lead out, you understand me? And as I always say, Mark, the great Ryan McLean said the greatest influence that we could have is not just money putting down, it's the presence.
Yes.
And that's important because I remember playing in the presence of Sir Delroy Morgan, you know, Sir Wayne Cuff, you know, Paul Palmer Sr., and Mr. Dennis Gardner and Mark Nita, and all these great, as a little boy. And with me and Jerry Churchfield and Christy Jones and Oli Wright would sit in the car and say, I them will play against today, you know. Can't show it on the field because we, you know, we're young and we're ready for the battlefield. But those great men and Courtney Walsh and Midwinter, you know, all these Scott Simpson, half spinner, Nehemiah Perry, you know, the great man Sir Jimmy Adams. We play with all these men. You know, I play with Sir Chris Gale before I play a Jamaica game when I play against him when I'm playing for Lucas. And probably Wavell play 4 West Indies game at the time. No joke. You know, so these are great men. I will play with them and it inspire the presence. And these are what our children need. Sometimes it's more than the money. And, you know, the community, the presence of a human being is very essential, man.
The main thing is making an early impact, because you never know when you make an early impact how far that can go. And look at this. I get into cricket because I saw a match, West Indies versus England 1981, right? Everton Mattis Debo won the international.
Sir.
Right? Made 66 not out. I think 66 top score for West Indies, and it's Debo won, right? And that match had a lasting impact on me. I saw Colin Croft get 6 for 15. And from that 6 for 15, I said, I want to be like him.
Of course.
You know, I want to try to swing the ball like him.
Of course.
I saw Desmond Haynes play a pull shot.
Sir.
I saw Desmond Haynes, right?
Sir.
And from that pull shot,
yeah, man,
I say, I want to play that shot. And that's why pull shot is probably my favorite shot. You know,
you remember I said outside? That was the one I was talking. I need a few tips here, man.
You know, and so sometimes you never know what could create a big impact.
True, man. Impact.
A lifetime impact.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Saving lives like mine and many other youths. And Mark, you know, I know we've been going almost half an hour now, right? And I just want to say this to all the family, right, who is looking to come to the event. It's going to be wonderful. There's going to be Kids Village. You know, kids could paint their face, bouncy houses, you know, safe space. You know what I mean? As I mentioned, you know, we believe safety is priority. We don't welcome alcohol in the event, just to be clear. And I believe that, you know, blessings to all the Universal team members, you know, Mr. Greeny in Atlanta, or security, you know, the man called Biggs himself, Jabi, you know, so much people who are supporting this initiative. Thanks, Kim, you know, thanks, T, you know, you have people who are coming on last minute, Mark, who just, you know, is just selfless of themselves, and they understand that this is a community vibrancy. It's not just West Indian. It's one bar bring us together, as you mentioned earlier, universal. So we just want to say thanks. And Mark, I appreciate this time. You know, you have a wonderful platform. It's a huge platform. And I take, you know, this moment not for granted, but as to say thank you for allowing Universal Cricket Festival non-profit to be an inaugural, the first vlog podcast to be shown. So I just want to say thank you on that, Mark.
Much respect, and as I say, just come naturally to me. I mean, you know, I do it from the heart. It don't really matter who you are, where you're from, whatever. You know, if it's something positive, and I think it could create an impact for the community, and you know, let's do it.
Yes.
You know, and I put my support, and I don't like to say what I like to do.
Of course.
But I do things behind the scene a lot.
Of course.
So I will do what I have to do. But I wish you much success. I hope everybody come out. We have a good day. The weather holds up well, and we come out, mingle between cricketers, you know,
Yes.
unite, you know, as I say, sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but in certain things we could just come and put our differences aside. You know, as Caribbean people come together,
True.
bond together, support each other.
True.
And you never know what you know. I mean, look, we're in serious times right now in America, so we need to come together.
Cohesiveness.
All right? It doesn't matter, politics, cricket, whatever, come together
Yes.
and do the thing. Universal Festival, guy.
And Mark, one thing before you go, I just want to say thanks to a few brothers,
Yes.
cricketers.
Yes.
I want to say thanks first and foremost to Mr. Cashane Roberts, a cricketer I play with in the parish of St. Thomas, National Jamaica, under 21 cricketer or under 17. Don't quote me on that, but he played for Jamaica. And he is currently the first cricketer from the Caribbean to be playing in Dubai, first class level in the history of the game. And he was the first one who made a video promoting this event. So I must recommend that and recognize that. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Jeremy Gordon in Canada.
Jeremy Gordon.
Yes, he is the first international
Senior.
cricketer to come and do and promote and say, come to this event on a video, Mark, that is going around viral. Now, I'd also like to say thank you to Mr. Nikita Miller, one of Jamaica's magical left-arm
left-arm
consistent.
orthodox. Yeah.
A lot of youngsters should pay attention to him and check out his mindset. Mr. Nikita Miller, I want to say a personal thank you for coming out as a West Indian cricketer who have played at the highest level. Just like Mr. Dwight Washington, who also give up himself as West Indian.
My good friend too.
All right, the great Washi.
Yes, yes.
You know, Mr. Anabear, who had played Ranji Trophy in India, first class cricket from India. All the minor leagues cricketer who have supported this initiative as well. I must say thank you, because you know it's important that cricketers understand what is going on. Mr. Steve Taylor, who has always been supportive.
Big up Steve Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Aaron Jones.
Big up Aaron.
Our first inaugural captain, his name is Mr. Ashan Plummer, National Jamaica representative
Listen
from Kingston and St. Andrew.
Yeah, got to give up a big up for Ashan Plummer. This guy is one of the most consistent cricketer ever.
Yes.
I mean, I look at the Atlanta cricket over the years.
Yes.
And like every match is just, I'm saying to him, I never met him. We'll be in Atlanta soon, but I always say, man, I'd like to meet this guy. Mr. Consistency, I
Of
call
course.
him. Yes.
And big up my manager, Mr. George Garden, who is my manager from the first time I came to America. He's still my manager today. Blessings to Mr. Jeremy Lindo.
Yes.
One Busher,
Big up-
umpire,
big up
Mr. Lindo. Big
Lindo.
up yourself.
Big up Lindo. My
You
good
know,
pal, yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
SDJ.
Yes, STJ.
I am one of the first batsmen to bring him to the quad.
And guys,
yeah, man, SDJ.
MSDA and SDJ do a lot of things together, right? So let me just put that out
Community,
there.
yes, community, community, man,
Right?
community.
Yeah.
And also, the great man, a lot of people will not make this props, but I will say this publicly. The great man, Mr. Xavier Marshall. Respect Bucky Marsh, and I say that from the heart, my brother, because you are the pioneer of the modern cricket in America.
Big up, Xavier Marshall.
Of
As you know, most people know, I promote Xavier since
Sure.
2009, since he was playing
Yes,
for West
man.
Indies. And I always think it's a youth that never get a fair shot, maybe a little bit misunderstood, but put in the work. Good
Mark,
human being as well.
Mark, I say
Excellent,
Xavier Journey is the creator. You know why? Because
Xavier put US cricket on the map.
don't deny that.
Without Xavier Marshall, the US would not get
Real
the
talk.
ODI status.
So-
and we have to remember that too.
Yes, man.
You know,
Respect.
sometimes people tend to
Respect.
overlook these little
Yes,
things,
man.
but
Transformational
yes,
period.
history is history.
Yes,
and it can't
man.
be erased.
Yes,
Just
man.
remember that. So big up Xavier Marshall.
Of all the time. Xavier, I remember when, with the incident with Xavier and he was cast to the side. I visit Xavier House down in St. Anne's twice and got my manager, Mr. George Garner, to get him to America to play because he deserved that. I believe one of the psychological problems of West Indies cricket, we don't believe in sports psychology.
Yeah.
10 players, 15 players, 30 players, whatever, the numbers are, Mark. Characters and charisma are different. People come from different diverse groups. A youth come from the ghetto, a youth come from the countryside, a youth come from a rich house, a youth come from a poor house. You have to understand how to mitigate and do not integrate talent with that. Because talents must be of equity. As you see, while West Indies is struggling, it's not the talent, it's input result output of poor managerial, poor structure, and it's a cliche on and on. I don't believe in solving. I believe in solutions. So I believe that the solutions are not to point any finger, but look at today and what we can do to transform. That's the next 15 years, the seed that is planted now can reap. So I believe our approach should be different in the West Indian community. I believe certain stringency where other countries are allowing cricketers and, soccer allow their player to go here to play and without many stringencies. And, I believe in sports now there should be a threshold that allow these talents to go in parts of the world to nurture. Example, Mark, not straying from cricket, but it's one thing bring us together, sports live and so much life, right? Mm-hmm. Look in Jamaica, for example, I see a lot of kids jumping off Rick's Cafe, flicking on tourists from Japan, Singapore, Australia, America, England, saying, wow. So how is it that we cannot provide springboards for these children so they could partake in Olympic sport and get an opportunity to get scholarship programs, better themselves and their family and their community? And that's just one algorithm, Mark. So many alignments. If a gunman love to fire gun, Mark, the Olympic is there now where gun has been fired. So I think we could mitigate these talents and put down the guns and go to the Olympics with it. Since you like to fire guns, I'm just saying in terms of the even worst case scenario, Mark, in terms of how we could utilize our resources of our people and the talent that we have and harness in Guyana, Trinidad, Greater Antilles, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos, Belize, and so many more.
The main thing, you got to get scouts in all different areas.
Honest scouts, Mark.
Yes, in all different aspects of the sports, and people who wants to do something for the country as well and who love what they're doing and forget about all the economic, social conditions, right?
Real talk.
And so a good youth, a lot of good sportsmen are poor people.
True.
Right? And it's just a way out of life of the ghetto for them as well. So just give them opportunities, don't look at their background, you understand? And just, as you say, work with them. But before we go, Strapper, I just want to get your last comment there. What you looking to achieve from this Universal Festival up in Connecticut? What the main goal and what's the main achievement you looking to get achieved from that?
All right, Mark. Just the mere fact that I am sitting here, or programs like Massive Hit Cricket, or the radio station Roadblock FM, and radio station in Hartford, Connecticut, Mr. Jermaine radio station, and so much more, is on board for this. That is an achievement already start to raise awareness. Awareness is key. Forcing the sport on the children or coming from a hierarchical position where you have all the great athletes just coming in and try to integrate the sports is not always the sense of direction. You have to understand the importance of the community, understand why it's important for parents to understand why this game could be significant to them and their children. Understand that this is not, like you say, it's not a weaponized environment, just want to get kids into academies and all of that. We care about children, the knowledge, the psychological aspect. We care about how parents are looking to invest in their children's future and what is best for them. So it's about raising awareness. It's about, as we say, the grassroots, not trying to be too technical at the moment. The American public don't even know how to grip the bat or make a swing or know that it's a side-on sport or know about W.G. Grace and Sir Len Hutton and Roy McLean and the great Mark O'Dane. and you know, so knowledge, the umpiring knowledge is needed of the game. So you see it's far-fetched from where it's supposed to be chronological, Mark. You never see a house with a roof in the sky. It has,
Yes.
so
Built from the ground up. Yes.
so that's the awareness, knowing that, you know, I believe division is an old number, Mark. And if you are seeing an old number, that means there's something can be taken from it. You agree?
Yes.
Now you believe if somebody is taking without input, I would say that's a thief. You'd agree?
Yes.
Now, nothing taught creation cannot be erased. And this is a trademark initiative, Mark. A bicycle wheel number 8 initiative. And it has to be within on the expounding, meaning it has to come from a place of truth, wanting to teach the children, wanting to educate the parents, you know, wanting to learn the game as a coach, you know, so much facilities there to administrative and analytical, and so much things is there. But before we reach all of that, Mark, we need to focus on creating awareness with the public, respecting the public opinion about the sport, give them a chance to think so it could stimulate them. You know what I mean? Just like how things is new or you're tasting a different food. Just as how when we were using, we as West Indian never tasted Pakistan or Indian food before. I know what samosa is and,
Yes.
you know, all of that. And, you know, and they get to taste our roti and jerk chicken and they like the spice. And you see what I'm saying, Mark? So these are the integral parts of, you know, showing, like you say, there's no difference. You know, you have Bangladesh community here who is have the massive. You see when Nepal versus USA, you have more Nepal people in the stands than people supporting USA cricket. And that is just showing that there is awareness need to be made because the USA public is not organically aware of what's happening. And input, result, output. You might see the thousands of you watching it on the TV, but if you cannot get organic attraction, then it makes no sense to people to see and thrive and know that is something developing and something is good here happening where I could put my children to learn, just as how you have lacrosse, you know what I mean, you have ice hockey skating, the NFL, you know, the boxing, you have NASCAR, just like a physicist, chemist, lawyer, doctor, just as you as a great commentator, Mark, and Mr. Leonard and his son, wonderful commentators, and so much more. Mr. English down there in Florida has come. So this surround commentary, you know, this, as I said, the stars rubbing shoulders and the dignitaries in Connecticut get to meet and rap with the people and see that, you know, man is just a man. And it's tough times, as I say, so much happening. We need a little joy, a little smile, and a little warmth in the community. So Universal Cricket Festival is all about that. That joy, that reggae music, you know, the diverse music.
Food, culture, everything.
Yes,
Yeah, just coming
man.
together.
Coming together,
All
man.
right. So, Strapper, much success for the event. I promote as much as I can as
Thank
well.
you, Mark.
And June 21st is just around the corner.
Yes.
Surprisingly. You know,